Hello, welcome back here into Caden's Weather Center. In today's video, we're going to talk about the tornado threat that is now expected here in parts of Arkansas and Oklahoma as we head into this evening, heading into the overnight hours as well. But we're also paying attention to Invest 93L and 94L now sitting out here in the Atlantic. One area of interest could possibly impact here the eastern part of the United States. We're going to dig deeper into the models for both of these systems here later on in this video. So make sure if you do enjoy the video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. And if you do have any questions, make sure to leave it down in the comments below. Let's hop right into the video. So, welcome back here in the Caden's Weather Center. Today is September 23rd, 2025. Let's take a look at what we're currently looking at here around the United States. What we can clearly see, we're looking at obviously a lot of rainfall continuing on for the state of Missouri. We're seeing a lot of that rainfall heavy at times, that is for sure, as we're also seeing a little bit more rainfall starting to kind of pick up here in the Denver area as well as even into southern Nebraska. We're kind of seeing some of that rainfall as well. Seeing some thunderstorms kind of continuing on off the coast of Florida today that will eventually kind of make its way in, and that's going to bring some rain chances here to southwestern Florida. But other than that, we're seeing a relatively quiet time for right now. But that is definitely expected to change as we head into the next couple of hours. So taking a look right now here at the satellite, we can see thunderstorms really starting to ramp up here in parts of Arkansas. In southern Missouri, we're going to be seeing a lot of those thunderstorms really starting to ramp up as well. Parts of northeastern Oklahoma, we're going to see that tornado threat really start to kind of ramp up as we head into the evening hours. So here's our severe weather risk for today. We can see this is actually just recently updated. Earlier this morning, there was just a slight risk for severe weather. Now we're starting to see an enhanced area, and that is going to be where our biggest possibility for a tornado threat is going to start. So that's going to be in eastern Oklahoma here, heading into parts of northwestern Arkansas. We're going to be seeing that kind of continue on. We also do have a marginal risk continuing on over here in parts of the northeast, stretching all the way from New York, going through Pennsylvania, going through Maryland, as well as in parts of Virginia. We're going to be continuing to pay attention to that. Obviously, our main risk is going to be that tornado threat. We can see that our tornado threat is pretty generalized here. We can kind of see, so in that marginal risk here for the central part of the United States, you guys have a 2% chance here of the tornado possibly being in that area in a 50-mile radius. But then you also see 5% here for that brown area. That's going to be that slight risk. And then for the enhanced risk that just came out, 10% there, possibly significant to severe tornadoes could possibly be in the forecast for there. So we could be having some long-tracked tornadoes here later on this evening. Taking a look here at the wind outlook, you can see winds are expected to be pretty strong as we go into, the storm system that's going to continue on over the next couple of hours. We're seeing also a 5% area stretching from the northeast, marginal risk down from Virginia all the way up here into parts of New Jersey and New York. And then the hail threat really is going to be isolated, kind of staying in Oklahoma, even parts of maybe even Texas, but really staying in Oklahoma as well as Arkansas later today. Taking a look here at the HRRR model, what are we looking at? Well, we can see here, as we head into the overnight hours, we can clearly see, let's head into the next hour of the recording of this video, we're going to start seeing these thunderstorms really starting to blow up here as we head into the evening hours around 5-6 o'clock. We're really going to be starting to see some of that, and that's something that we're paying attention to as we head into more later this evening, 8, 9, 10 o'clock. We're going to be seeing some of those thunderstorms in northwestern Arkansas and Oklahoma. That's going to be our biggest possibility here for some supercells to kind of form in that general area. We're going to kind of pay attention to that. As we head into around midnight hours, we're going to be seeing some of those thunderstorms really starting to just head into the Arkansas area, so that does include Little Rock. We're going to be seeing those heavy rainfall at times as well, but our main general area, this is where the gusty winds and the hail will really start to pick up in that general area. I would say our tornado risk will be a little bit more earlier on here during the severe weather threat as we head into the evening hours. Taking a look at that, we're also seeing as we head into tomorrow morning, we're starting to see some rainfall continuing on in parts of central and northern Tennessee here, heading into Kentucky. That will eventually make its way over here to the east, and will eventually make its way to the east, the east states here, and really start to kind of separate a lot more. But we definitely can see a little bit of a line of thunderstorms heading into tomorrow night. We could be seeing a little bit of a marginal risk kind of sitting in this general area here, as we're going to be expecting kind of that front going to come down, bring some cooler temperatures over here as those storms move away. We're going to see that kind of frontal boundary right there really bringing some pretty big thunderstorms, and that's going to pose a marginal risk tomorrow, but then the possibility here of a slight risk as well tomorrow. Taking a look at the tropic side, there's a lot going on right now. We can clearly see Hurricane Gabrielle's continuing to move off to the east-northeast here at a, pretty reasonable pace there. But here's our two areas of interest that we're kind of paying attention to that actually do have a pretty good chances of forming here in the next couple of days, according to the National Hurricane Center. This more westward one we're going to be seeing a little bit more closer off to home here, while this one's going to kind of hang out, kind of more out to sea. It could possibly impact Bermuda. So we're going to dig deeper into that because that's a big thing that we really want to pay attention to. But let's take a look at the National Hurricane Center 2 p.m. advisory. We could see 60% chance here for this system right here that we're going to continue to kind of pay attention to. That will eventually move its way off. That will eventually move its way off to the west here. Big questions are on the table. We do have some of the Google AI models bringing it really close to the east coast of Florida, but then we also do have some of the Euro and the GFS models kind of bringing it pretty close here to the North Carolina coast. Now, the Euro is not as favorable on this system as it is for this one, but the GFS is the other way around, where it's more favorable on this one compared to the Eastern system here. So kind of paying attention to that. This is Invest 94. This is Invest 93 here. This one has our highest chances of formation. Eventually, we could be expecting this storm to eventually make its way off to the northwest and could possibly impact Bermuda, as we do have some models possibly hinting at a Bermuda impact from that system right there. Taking a look at the GFS model, we can obviously see Gabrielle is going to continue to move off to the northeast here, the east-northeast. The islands right here do have hurricane watch as Hurricane Gabrielle is going to be moving its way. Definitely Spain, Portugal, you guys could be paying attention to this system as well, as we could be seeing some heavy rainfall from Gabrielle right there. As Gabrielle makes her way over to Europe, we're going to start seeing the GFS brings up that possibility of formation here, going to get pulled off to the north and really possibly go just west of Bermuda, so a little bit closer. Now, obviously, if this is correct, we're going to be seeing a lot of rough conditions here for beach conditions for the east coast here of the United States. Then we start to see the GFS starts to bring up another tropical system that comes off of the wave of Africa and gets pulled off to the north. No impacts to the United States directly, but we could definitely see that it's definitely weakened a lot more here with its tropical system here off to the west, down here by the Leeward Islands. Definitely is more favorable now on the other system, and we kind of can see that it's kind of being absorbed here from that eastern system right there, according to the GFS. Taking a look here at the European model, we're kind of seeing, once again, Hurricane Gabrielle is going to continue moving off to the east-northeast, head into Portugal as well as into Spain. But now the Euro is kind of favoriting this westward system as well a little bit more here, keeping them a lot more spread apart. That's going to give them a little bit more formation chances here, as they're not kind of interacting with each other too much. But then we kind of see this one obviously really starts to intensify. That will eventually move its way off to the north and possibly once again, I guess, head west of Bermuda. Yesterday was a little bit more on the eastern side of that, was going to impact Bermuda, but you can definitely see the European model does bring Invest 94L into North Carolina here, and that could bring some pretty heavy rainfall here for parts of the northeastern part of the United States, and you could definitely see that it does bring it into the North Carolina Outer Banks and really could bring a lot of rainfall here into North Carolina and even into parts of Virginia as well. We could be seeing some heavy rainfall there, so that's something to continue to pay attention to very closely. The Euro ensembles, you can definitely see here as we head into the next 6-7 days out, that westward system here starting to get a little bit more favorability here from the European model than yesterday, but really starting to possibly bring a possible impact here into the Carolinas. And then we're definitely going to be seeing a little bit more of kind of, you know, this system over here to the east can head out to sea, no problem. But this one right here could possibly go in and then kind of really just hang out over here in the northeastern part of the United States. That could possibly bring some, obviously, that flash flooding potential here to those states. But we'll dig deeper into that in a little bit later of a video. Let's take a look here at the GFS ensembles, as we're still getting those update kind of heading out right now with the 12Z ensembles. We can definitely see another tropical wave could possibly come off Africa, move off to the west here. But obviously our main area, we're continuing to pay attention to that, going to stay out to sea. Possibility for tropical development off of this one. We're going to kind of see that kind of hug the coast here of the United States. Some models bringing something into southern Florida. I wouldn't be too concerned about that right now, but definitely possibly getting pretty close here to the east coast of the United States, which obviously could bring some impacts there. Tomorrow I'll have a little bit more of an update here, especially when one of these storms form. I will definitely have more of an update here on the tropics with that. We're going to pay attention to Invest 94L as well as 93L. We're going to continue to pay attention to those, as well as that severe tornado risk that we're expecting expecting here today in parts of Arkansas. So make sure you are following your local National Weather Service as well as the National Hurricane Center for frequent updates. And if you do live in Arkansas and Oklahoma today, please make sure you are paying attention to the storms and you are staying safe and having a plan prepared just in case of a tornado warning or even a severe thunderstorm warning. So definitely pay attention to that. But thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys did enjoy this video. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe. And if you do have any comments, make sure to leave it down in the comments down below, and I'll do my best to respond to the best I can. Make sure to also follow my X page down in the description for more frequent updates here on the weather. And I hope you guys all have a great rest of your day. Stay safe out there, and bye-bye.